Just kind of go into detail what happened that night.
So I was
what were you doing that night, and where'd y'all go, and then what happened after that?
So my buddy had just got a brand new motorcycle. I'd had mine about 2 weeks, and we were going to the store to get some soda. We pulled up to the store, and he decides he wants to go a little bit farther. You know, he wants to play on his bike. So we decided we're gonna go to the next store down the road, down 1485. So he's behind me, I'm in front of him, and right before we get to Glen Gibson, or I believe that's the name of the road.
Gene Campbell, yeah.
Gene Campbell, that's right. His headlights are way better than mine because his bike's a lot newer, so I slow down and I signal for him to pass me. So he passes me, he's right in front of me. Well, as I'm going, I think the car thought he was the only motorcycle, and he had just left the bar. He was drunk, so as soon as my buddy passed him, he swerves over in my lane. He's doing about 80. Well, there's a guardrail to my right, so there's literally nowhere, and there's cars right here, so there's nowhere for me to go. I'm doing 60, he's doing 80, I hit him head on. You know, that combined, that's like me hitting a brick wall at 140. So the next thing I remember, I'm laying on the side of the road, and all I'm doing is asking a paramedic or a police officer. I'm not sure what happened. You know what happened? I'm thirsty. I want water. They said I lost 13.5 pints of blood sitting there on the side of the road. My leg was amputated, damn near amputated all the way through on the side of the road.
What basically took you to what, Hermann downtown?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what once at the hospital. How?
So when I got to the hospital, I don't know how, but my father was on the phone with me when I went to the operating room right before they put me on the anesthesia. And I remember asking him, I was like, please don't let him take my legs. You know, I was like, am I going to be okay? And he just told me just to pray and just to talk to God. And, you know, and then they put me on the anesthesia. And all I remember is waking up after that.
Do you remember the leg, what kind of shape it was in when they took you to the hospital? Was it pretty bad shape?
I couldn't feel it. She had made it to the scene 7 minutes after my wreck, and I remember sitting there telling her I can't feel my legs. I couldn't feel either one of them at all. I couldn't move them. I couldn't feel them. I didn't know they were there.
So basically, they got you to the hospital, surgery one time with the leg, and then had to go back to surgery a second time then?
Yeah, I think total I went through 9 surgeries in 10 days.
Jesus. What kind of work were you doing?
So before this, I did HVAC and I did concrete work, and also we do disaster recovery. I hadn't exactly got around to that yet, but that's another one of the companies my boss owns. So it's all outside, and I need my leg, you know, to walk around and to do things. I don't know what I'm going to do for employment right now. Maybe work at IHOP.
I mean, you can't right now. You can't even use crutches. You're stuck in a wheelchair. You've got a broken arm. Tell me, you've got arm and fingers damaged also. Tell me about that. What you've got on your as far as the injury. Let me see your arm there, and tell me what you've got on that. Right.
Okay, so right now, right here, they had to take skin. I'm going to show you. They had to take skin off my thigh to put right here because it was bare to the bone. My elbow was broke right here. I just got the splint off. They had to go through and put a steel plate and put screws on both sides to fix that. And then my fingers right here, I got pins in them. I can't move them. Once they're healed, they'll pull them pins out, and I'll have use of my fingers again.
So basically, the leg is. I mean, we're looking. What, at the knee there?
Yes, sir. Right above the knee. It's amputated. Let me tell you, it hurts. I'm not a man to cry much, but there's been a couple nights I've cried myself to sleep because I can still feel my foot, and it'll get real hot and it'll get real cold. It'll start pulsing. I feel like my foot's breaking. You know, they call it phantom pain, and there's not much they can do about it. Some say it lasts 6 months, some say it lasts 20 years. I don't know when it's going to stop.
What are they saying as far as prosthetic or anything like that?
So we're looking at about 6 months for a prosthetic because I got to wait for my arm to heal for about a month, and I got to get used to them crutches. I go back in 2 weeks for them to pull the staples out of my leg, and then we got to wait for the swelling to go down, and then we just got to pretty much wait for it to get hard and heal completely for me to be able to put a leg on there. So we're looking at about a 6-month wait, and they say it starts around $30,000 for the prosthetic. I'm not sure, I haven't looked into it, but a guy had no insurance, so I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to get the money for that.
What about, I mean, you've got family too. So Chris, who is the little one here?
Sir?
Who is this little one?
This is Marilyn right here. This is my daughter. She's 6 years old. This is my pride and my joy right here, my greatest accomplishment.
You said the night you were on the scene, you kind of had someone telling you.
I believe, I talked to God, and he told me I could go if I was ready. And I thought about her, my girl, and I thought about my daughter, and I couldn't do it. You know, this is my motivation. Every day in the hospital, I missed her. I FaceTimed her. I couldn't wait to get out and come see her. They wouldn't let her in there. It broke my heart. Look at him, sweetie. It's okay.
What do you think about this, sweetie? Your daddy getting hurt?
I think he should be normal and not get hurt ever again.
You glad he's here though, right?
You didn't tell him what you said when I first got home? I don't want a daddy with one leg.
Yeah, I don't.
But you do now.
But you still
Oh, he's gonna have 2 legs soon, honey.
I love Daddy. But Daddy's gonna have a robot wig and it's gonna look funny because it won't be like the color skin.
Oh, that's it. You won't know the difference. He'll get around quicker than you. You're gonna have to chase him down. Okay, well, you got a little one. Tell me,
Yes, sir.
how are you taking care of them right now? What are your plans right now? I mean, you're down. You're not able to work. What are you doing? What are you able to do?
I'm praying to God. I've got a little bit of money put in the bank, and I'm praying to God. And I got 2 mobile homes I'm gonna sell. I got my truck. I sure hope I don't have to sell it. You know, I love that truck. I've had it a long time. I got a couple fundraisers I'm gonna try to get going, and I got to go fund me on Facebook. You know, I'm just, to be honest with you, I don't know, Bubba.
What about now? Your girlfriend here. She's. What do you think about all this? I mean, you showed up on the scene. You were at the scene before they loaded him.
Yes, it was overwhelming. It's tragic.
What'd you think when you first saw him on the ground like that?
My heart dropped, and when we first got there, I didn't even know if he was even alive. When I first seen him.
Did he call you or someone, his friend?
Yeah, his buddy who was riding called his girlfriend and told us, and we had them on Live 360 as well. So we were able to find them through there, and then when we got there, I didn't get to really be near you as so much because the cops pulled me away. But as soon as I got there, he couldn't feel his legs. He didn't really know what was going on, confused. Yeah, it was a hard night.
They said I was throwing rock and roll signs when they loaded me in the ambulance, but I think I was trying to tell her I love her. You know, this means I love you too. It doesn't just mean rock and roll.
And I mean, now you're basically, so you're gonna having to live with family, just basically staying with family now?
Yes, sir. Right now I'm staying with my sister. Actually, I'm going to Austin today. My grandma's got handicapped doors and a handicapped shower and a hospital bed for me to get in and out of. And it's going to be a lot easier for me to recover there physically and mentally. She actually lives 45 minutes from Austin in a small town called Florence. It's beautiful. There's just pastures and cows, and I feel like that's a good environment for me to try to get my mind right and let my body heal. And also, she was a nurse, so she's more fit to take care of me probably than anybody else.
And how old are you?
I'm 23 years old.
23, and now looking forward to having to almost start over walking and everything else again.
Yes, sir.
What are they saying about the prosthetic as far as learning to walk on a prosthetic and use of it and basically getting back to full normal again?
So I watch videos, and when it comes to a point where I finally get a prosthetic, they say you learn to walk almost instantly. It's just like riding a bike. Really, all you got to figure out your new balance, and once you get a hold of your balance, you know, they put you on a treadmill and let you practice it. It's almost nothing. So I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to be able to walk again, Bubba. You know, we take things for granted every day. Lights, AC, our health, our eyesight, our legs. I never woke up one morning and was like, hey God, thank you for my legs. You know, I just took them for granted. And now, there was one morning I woke up, I went to get out of bed, I almost fell because I thought I had my leg and I didn't, you know. And it's just, I'll never take my legs for granted again. I thank God every day for my health now.
Intoxicated drivers. I mean, he was definitely intoxicated. He's charged with intoxication. They're starting to show up everywhere.
They say this is a problem with Bookeeters in their old location and the new location. They say this has happened multiple times in this bar. You know, the bartender actually quit the next day. You have no tolerance for intoxicated drivers anymore. Call an Uber, call a parent, call a friend, walk if you have to. I mean, there's really no excuse. You could kill a baby. You know, you could kill somebody who's just getting their life. Like there's no reason for it. You can, if you want to drink. If you make the decision to drink and you have the money to go out, you have the money, you know, to hire somebody or to figure something out. It breaks my heart. We got to stop this. We got to start a new chapter, and especially in Montgomery County, this is bad. You know, we got to raise awareness. We got to do something.
What about the person that injured you? They've contacted you on Facebook or something?
No, sir. So his girlfriend has contacted me and said that they made a mistake. And everybody makes mistakes. To me, a mistake is accidentally busting your window out of your car, or a flat tire, or maybe bumping into your car with a shopping cart. A mistake is not taking your leg off and almost killing you and break. Oh, my femur was broke too, and not breaking your bones and almost killing you. That's not a mistake. There's no fixing that, you know. As far as me and forgiving him, I'm doing my best and talking to God and trying my hardest to forgive him every day, because it's just not healthy for me to hold on to that hate or that anger. I don't know if I'll ever be able to, but just know I'm trying to. I'd feel a lot better if he would have at least wrote me and apologized and said, I'm sorry, you know, I didn't mean to, or I learned my lesson or something like that. I feel like he has no remorse. You know, looking at his rap sheet, he's been arrested for firearms, for marijuana, he's got previous DWIs. He just doesn't care. He won't learn his lesson. You know, if you ask me, they need to put him under the jail, you know, for a while. Let him really think about it, because somebody's gonna die. You know, I almost did.
Okay. Anything else you want to add, Chris?
Anything else I want to what, sir?
Anything else you want to add that I missed?
I just want to raise awareness to the intoxicated drivers. Please don't do it. You know, you might think you're fine, but you're just not. It's not hard to find a ride, guys. We need to grow up. You know, it's 2021. It's time to grow up. We got to get past this. And please watch for motorcycles. You know, please watch for motorcycles. Look twice. They're hard to see. This is my second motorcycle wreck. For the first time, a paramedic hit me on 1488 because she said she didn't see me. So please just look for motorcycles. You know, she's scared to death. She'll probably never ride with me ever again, and I can't blame her. I thank the Lord every day she wasn't on the back of the bike with me. If she was on the back of the bike with me that day, I don't know what I'd do. I'd lose my mind. It wouldn't be good. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I got to say. And thank you guys for taking time to watch this. And please, if you see my GoFundMe and you're able to, just donate whatever you can, because I'm going through it. And if you can't donate, that's fine, but please share it so maybe somebody else that can will see it.
Okay.